What is going on, Minties? The Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition. And today, join me for my part 2 of the countdown of my most wanted X-Men omnibuses. So, please stay tuned. And welcome back. Now remember, this is a countdown, so today we're going to go from 20 to 11. If you haven't seen part 1, please click on the link above. Again, this is my list. It's all subjective. I'd love to know what you would want in this. Most wanted Omniboo, by the way. That is the proper way of saying the plural of omnibus. I was told by David from Marvel Comics himself. So, spread the word. Plural of omnibus, Omniboo. So, kicking off the list. Again, there will be some honorable mentions at the end before I talk about number 11. Number 20, X-Force by Kyle and Yost. I had talked about how the New Mutants by Zeb Wells kind of spun off of this a little bit, but this is the aftermath of their New Mutants and New X-Men run. So this is X-Force by Colin Yost, collecting issues 1 through 25 of X-Force. X-Force Ain't No Dog, X-Force Annual 1, X-Force Annual 1, the Undeadpool book, X-Force Cable Messiah War Prologue, Cable 13 through 15, X-Force, Sex and Violence 1 through 3, Necrosha the Gathering, Necrosha number 1, New Mutants 6 through 8, and X-Men Legacy 231 to 233. So I am including the Messiah War and the Necrosha, the X-Necrosha stuff. Number 19, how has this not been announced yet? Extreme X-Men by Chris Claremont. And I would kick it off with a page from X-Men 109, collecting all 46 issues. The 2001 annual, the Savage Land 1 through 4 miniseries, and Expose 1 and 2. X-Men Unlimited number 36, and of course, you can't do it without this, but the Mechanics miniseries 1 through 6. What If X-Men related? So I want nothing but What If X-Men. If I can't get a What If Omnibus, then I just want the X-Men title related X-Men omnibuses, or What If Omnibus. Man, that's a mouth word. I'm full. So, you know, like, what if Wolverine became Lord of the Vampires? What if Phoenix had not died? What if the X-Men had lost Inferno? What if starring Jubilee? Like, all these X-Men centric. Actually, I have a bunch of them. I was thinking about doing a custom bound. It'd be really fun. But I would love just an X-Men centric What If presents X-Men. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Now, you all know how I feel about Onslaught, but you also know how I feel about issues being left out and orphaned. So, number 17, Road to Onslaught Omnibus. This would include Uncanny X-Men 318 to 332. Annual number 95, X-Men, adjective list, 38 through 52. Annual 95 of that, X-Factor 108 and 109. X-Men Unlimited number 10, the Sabretooth Special, and Wolverine 101 and 103. All of this leading up to the Onslaught event. Number 16, X-Man. We don't have very much of this collected in trade paperbacks, but I think an omnibus would be really nice. He's just one of these obscure characters that has a cult following. So this would make my boy Tyler Blount proud to have this on the list. So I would include pages from Age of Apocalypse Alpha and Omega, and then actually include X-Man number 1 through 29, because even the trade paperbacks start off with number 4 because all that had been collected in Age of Apocalypse, but I'm a completist. So Excalibur 95 and Cable 29 through 31, the Annual 96, and Amazing Spider-Man 420. Those are all part of a crossover event. Please, at this time, I just want to remind you to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you can, join our Patreon, and all that information is in the description. Number 15, Generation X. I can't believe, I think we are sitting on the 25th anniversary of this series, and we didn't really get anything for it. Other than Volume 2 of the collections of the trade paperbacks of the new series. So I would kick it off with Uncanny X-Men 318, the Jubilee Goodbye X-Men issue, Generation X 1 through 25, the Ashcan edition, material from Generation X Collector's Preview, Generation X Annual 95 and 96, Generation X San Diego Preview. Number 14, this is a really good series that I think it goes missed a lot, and that is Magneto. But I would not just include Cullen Bunn stuff, I would put in the Not a Hero miniseries 1 through 4, Magneto 1 through 21, and then throw in the Magneto Testament miniseries in there. Number 13, X-Men by Mike Carey. So this would be a series probably of 2 omnibuses, but I just wanted to throw in one so far. So let's map that one out. Collecting X-Men 188 to 204, annual number 1. X-Men Legacy 208 to 234. This is after the Messiah Complex event. Legacy, X-Men Legacy, annual number 1. X-Men, the Wolverine Origins 28 through 30, and then the X-Men Original Sin one-shot. Number 12, Captain Britain and the MI-13. I love this stuff. Man, I have all those. Paul Cornell is one of my favorite writers for Doctor Who, and he's written some damn good comic books, and I wish they would do, this is probably small enough to be an OHC, but you know what? It's my list. Omnibus. So, collecting Wisdom 1 through 6. That's the Peter Wisdom stories. I think they were a Max series, though, so we might have to put this as a PG-13. Captain Britain and the MI-13 1 through 15, which is the complete series, and annual number 1. This is stellar stuff. Now, honorable mentions. Not on the list, but almost. Old Man Logan. Not on the list, but the complete thing. The Phoenix and Cyclops, collecting all of it, like the adventures, the further adventures, Ask Annie-san, and even the Rise of Apocalypse. Chuck Austin's X-Men. Not on the list, but you know I'd still buy it. But seriously, we have to find some way to get this book in there, and that is Maverick. You have art by Jimmy Chung. It's wonderfully written. It didn't last very long, so maybe an OHC. Leading us to number 11, Uncanny X-Men by Kieran Gillen. So, collecting Sword 1 through 5, Uncanny X-Men 534.1, 535 to 544, X-Men Regenesis 1, Uncanny X-Men 1 through 20, and AVX Consequences 1 through 5. And that is my list. That is a very underrated X-Men run. Gillen was phenomenal on it. I wish he had stayed longer, but hey, what are you going to do? Now, if these books ever come out, you can find them on... This episode is sponsored by CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on packaging your books so they arrive safely and in excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. Cheap Graphic Novels Black Friday sale is continuing all through December, so there's still time to save up to 95% off thousands of books. Additional books will be added throughout the month, so be sure to check back often and stay tuned to CGN on social media to be the first to know when the new books have been added to the sale. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discounts, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. Again, please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. Join us on our social media such as Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and that is at NearMinCon. You can also email us, nearmincon@gmail.com, if you so want to. Get a hold of us if you have any questions. And if you want to wait until the part 3 of this series with my final top 10 come down, the countdown, you can comment there on what books you would want, or anything from the list. Correct me if I was wrong on my mapping. Again, it's just my mapping, and kind of thought of it out of the blue. I'm like, I need to map this stuff. No, I don't need to. It's not like I work for Marvel. But anyway, this was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you all so much for watching. Comment down below, and remember, if it's classy and cool, it must be near mint.